Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we are taking a look at Granite again because I'm absolutely loving this dude. We're over on Kiasma's account, and what we're testing him in today is 5-pull, both Lucretia 5-pull and 5-pull without Lucretia, because I feel like he just has great synergies with that, along with, like, I just feel like he's one of those units that's going to be able to slot into a lot of different teams and give a lot of good support. So we're testing that one. He is still at Mythic with no gear for this test. We will go ahead and make him Ascended eventually in the future. I'm just enjoying testing him like this. I feel like he works really well like this, and I don't need anything else at the moment. So we're leaving it there while we test, because obviously once we go there, we can't really go back. I mean, we could make a second one Mythic, I guess, and take it to 36, try him on Kiasma. let's not even discuss those sorts of things. All right, so we'll go to the tower first. So over here in the tower, you can see we're at a bigger deficit here. We're at 11 billion enemy. I think they're at 9 billion or something like that in campaign. Decent deficits. I mean, as far as Kiasma goes, I'm pretty sure he's still getting in the records up here, so like he's doing reasonably well for the push on tower. Obviously he's holding back progression on the on the campaign side so that we can have more fun testing. But in this one here, for instance, this enemy here, and the way you play this guy, especially when he's at Mythic without gear, is there's a bit of a balance on what enemy you put him against. So when we look at doing this 5-pull here, we have the Screg. If you put him against the Screg, obviously Screg doesn't get pulled, so he's gonna die and only turn Screg to stone. Whereas if we put him here, it kind of sucks because they're gonna drag him in, but it is gonna take him a little bit to die. So sometimes Iron might flop, but sometimes he won't. So I just want to show this because essentially what happens is if the Screg wasn't in the team and it was someone else, the whole enemy team would be CC'd. And it's just easy like that. Now, let's jump in and show you. So obviously the Screg won't get controlled because he doesn't go back. But there we go. We get the rest of them down. And literally there's only one enemy that's actually doing anything. That is the first time this has actually failed for me. I tried that so many times, making me look like an idiot over here. But yeah, you'll see the enemies all get turned to stone, and then why is Lucretia dying now? She was not dying on end. Oh, Jesus Christ. When you try and make yourself look like a professional, like you're all prepared and all that stuff, and then it fails. So, as you guys can see, Lucretia manages to dominate the... Jesus. Okay, so as you can see, dude, I tried that like 4 times before this, one every time, and then we just had a battle. But yeah, the basic idea behind it is like you get that CC on 4 of the enemies at the 6-second duration, which is really nice, and then it's just a complete lockout. Now, obviously, you do have things like Gorvo that can do similar things, but I still think it's a really nice addition that in some circumstances will work more effectively than others. So that is the first one. Now, on this stage, we can't get this done without the Lucretia. I tried a few different options, so we'll jump here and go back in and have a look at this. So and the thing is, depending on the enemies you have, you can actually get him to do it faster. Like I said, it's going to be gear dependent, you know, ascension dependent, enemy dependent, all that sort of stuff. You could see in that one, it took him a little while to die. However, against some enemies, he might die too quick and not be turned around. So there's a lot of like testing that you've got to do. Maybe sometimes if you don't bring Leica, it might affect that as well. All those sorts of things. But I feel like this type of team will be really solid as well if you don't have a Lucretia built and you want to use this for your 5-pull. But unfortunately, actually, I think this works better if, and this one won't succeed. It's just the Screg's too much of a deal breaker on this one. And this one, with 5-pull on this one, Raku doesn't get pulled, and neither does Mezoth, so that kind of sucks. And then this one over here, we do have the Olna and the, what's his face? The cheese balls, so that kind of sucks. So they're all really bad ones at a high deficit to try and demonstrate this. But I feel like if we could CC the Screg in this one, it would actually really help the success of this. But you can see like this sort of style of team could be decent. However, at the higher deficits, I just don't think Sophia has the straight damage. But if we jump over here into campaign, but I mean, that is a high deficit for that one. But if we jump over here in this one, where enemy power is about, yeah, 9 billion, we can jump it into, I had this one I was testing in. So the exact same team, and we just go ahead and chuck it in. And hopefully it succeeds this time. He's still alive. What? He actually lived. He actually lived to ult. He actually lived to his ult. That's kind of bad. Anyway, you can see Sophia's going to get it done. Oh, no, no, no. Please stun him. Please. Ah, dude. He lived. The dude, literally, he's tanky. He has 0 gear, 0 artifact, and the dude lives. The dude lives. Well, that's just proving my point wrong. Jeez, this video is not working out the way I hoped it would. I always test things before the video. I'm like, wow, this is going really good. And then obviously it didn't go as good as I had hoped. But you can get the gist of what I'm trying to demonstrate there. Let's try it against a couple more teams. I have been DM'd by, who was it that DM'd me? Give me a sec. It was Plips messaged me with this team. So let's take a look at this team, which was a very interesting idea to me. But I think the problem is it takes a very key unit out of another team to do it. But the team that they're using, and this is like a this is like a whale version team, was something along the lines of Lucretia with Khazard in there as well. Like Chicken and then Khazard in the final 2 slots, and the idea being when he dies, he stuns them, but it gets extended due to Khazard's signature item, and then you just absolutely dominate. But I think it's a bit overkill on that sort of team. But like I said, it's a nice synergy that I think will work. And like I said, I don't think 5-pool's like a must. I mean, 5-pool just works as is. Like, it's just a good team. Especially in a Lucretia 5-pool. I think 5-pool on its own is getting a bit harder to use. But I think, once again, from the previous testing, this guy can work in so many different teams. It's not funny. Just the fact that he can die and do it. And then on the other hand, like we will test, once we do ascend him and give him gear and an artifact, he might be able to even bring more to the team, because he might be able to soak up all that damage at the start, then get to an ult, maybe get to a second ult and then die and then stun again. So he might even bring more to the table for those type of teams, for longer duration fights. So we'll have to see how it works. But like I said, I just wanted to have a look at the 5-pool. Unfortunately, I got made a fool of in this one. But the strategy was there. Let's try this again. Let's try this again, because I had this working, guys. Believe it or not, I had it working. So let's go here. Come on. Let's go. Die. Die, my man. Die, my man. Okay, there we go. He got the actives done. Didn't need to die. But like, and I know Iran pulls them and they get distracted, but like, the dude is tanky. Like the dude is tanky. Those shields that he provides are ridiculous. For having mythic and no gear. It's absolutely insane. So let's jump this against another team. Let's go one more time. How about this one? Let's try this one. All right, so what do we got here? Okay, he should have no issues dying against this. So let's see how this goes. Yep, there he goes, dead. Everyone turns to stone. Unfortunately, we missed the Titus, but it's not going to be an issue, I don't think. We should be pretty cool with that, and away you go. So that was a better demonstration of how he actually functions in this team. Like, he turns around and then pretty much instantly dies, turns them to stone, and away you go. Like I said, unfortunately, we didn't get the Titus, but once again, you guys know I'm a fan of Chicken Iran. You know I'm a fan of the 5-pool. I don't know when it ever became 5-pool. It should have stayed Chicken Iran. Like that it just makes sense. It makes sense. Chicken Iran. Just leave it at that. But you guys know I'm a big fan of it, so I always try to make everything work in it. So that's what we did today. But definitely there is the synergy there. But we will be back maybe in another couple days. I'll do a couple days of testing with him at max at Ascended, and then we'll come back and see what he can do there. Because he's the first hero in a while. Actually, to be fair, Morrow was pretty exciting. But like, I'm really excited about testing this guy, really enjoying it. So that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.